it do? Make some noise in the live chat. In today's show, the Bitcoin price rivals the 10-month high as CPI data beats expectations. In fact, U.S. inflation falls to 5%, which has been lower than expectations. And quoting on-chain analyst Dylan LeClaire, recent from an interview on TV, if you're not paying attention, you should be. Bitcoin is up 80% plus this year. People want to hold a decentralized asset. They don't want to trust a stablecoin developer, bank, or intermediary. Bitcoin is the breakthrough. Preach. Also in today's show, less than 1% of the staked ETH estimated to sell after the Shanghai upgrade, according to Glassnode Analytics, as well as breaking news. Bitfinex Securities El Salvador received digital asset service provider license in El Salvador. And quoting Stacey Herbert, the age of new Bitcoin capital markets has arrived, and it will be built in El Salvador. Also in today's show, the faster horse Bitcoin will keep outperforming gold, says Bernstein Investment Research. I'll be breaking down this latest report, as well as aspiring U.S. President Robert Kennedy Jr. says Bitcoin offers the escape route to the country's growing debt bubble. We'll also be discussing Bitcoin about to run to all-time highs a lot sooner than everyone expects, says popular analyst Credible Crypto. That's right. He says Bitcoin is about to make a run for all-time highs a lot sooner than anyone is anticipating. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. All this, plus so much more, in today's show. Welcome, everyone. This is pod episode 1249. I'm your host, JV, and today is April 12th, 2023, a very important day. And you can see Bitcoin currently hovering at around 30,000, which you can see here on the market watch. We have Ether trading just above $1,900 as some of the alts just started correcting here just a little bit ago. And checking out coinmarketcap.com, we can see the crypto market cap still sitting above $1.2 trillion with $48 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, with the Bitcoin dominance on the rise at 47.2% and the Ether dominance on the decline at 18.8%. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers in the past 24 hours, we have Hobby Token up 4.5%, trading at $3.82, followed by Woo Network up 4.4%, trading at 23 cents, followed by INJ up 4%, trading at $6.81. And checking out the top 100 crypto gainers for the past week, you can see a sea of red with a handful in the green, including HT up 4%, INJ up 5%, and near up 5.4%. And checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 65 in greed. Yesterday was a 68, last week a 62, and last month a 49, which is neutral. So there you have it. And now let's dive into today's Bitcoin technical analysis and check out the charts and what's happening with the economy. Bitcoin spiked higher prior to the April 12th Wall Street Open as U.S. inflation data outperformed market forecasts. Right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-minute candle chart. Now, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView followed Bitcoin as it neared 10-month highs on Bitstamp. Widely predicted volatility entered immediately following the release of the CPI data for March. This broadly conformed to expectations, with year-on-year increase undercutting assumptions by 0.2%. Quoting them here, the all items index increased 5% for the 12 months ending March. This was the smallest 12-month increase since the period ending of May 2021. This was nonetheless enough to spark some optimistic upside on the crypto markets ahead of the Wall Street Open, with potential further upside in line with equities to come. Now, markets commentator TED Talks Crypto called the result a great inflation print for the bulls. Quoting him here, US CPI headline up 5% year over year, core up 5.6% year over year, as expected, with headline coming in slighter, lower than the forecast. So with the CPI known as a classic catalyst for fake out price action, market participants urged caution. And popular analytics resource SKU predicted that the market will hunt liquidity like every other CPI day. Quoting him here, CPI overall says slowing inflation, CPI core stays sticky, inflationary conditions still. And also, quoting them again, probably one more hike, May data needs to confirm interest rate hike shock in order for the Fed to actually consider a pause in the hiking cycle. Now, market expectations on rate hikes moved only modestly despite the improvement in CPI data. According to CME's Group's FedWatch tool, which you can see here on your screen, there remained a 65% chance of a rate hike taking place at the next FOMC meeting in 3 weeks' time, down from 75% before the release. Now, the latest Bitcoin price action, meanwhile, further bolstered the longer time frame bets that the King Crypto had conducted a break of his bear market. Popular trader and analyst Rec Capital noted Bitcoin was continuing to build on its impressive daily close from April 11th, which had taken it above a major resistance trend line. Quoting him here alongside this chart, Bitcoin is showing initial signs of a successful recess of the higher high resistance into support. So there you have it. How many of you are bullish on the King Crypto? Holla at your boy. And as pointed out here, Dylan Leclerc was recently interviewed on CNBC. Quoting him, if you're not paying attention, you should be. Bitcoin is up 80% plus this year. People want to hold a decentralized asset. They don't want to trust a stablecoin, developer, bank, or intermediary. Bitcoin is the breakthrough. That's right. And that's why the Bitcoin dominance continues to climb. Now let's discuss another topic on a lot of people's minds right now, and that's with the ETH staked, which is being released. Could this cause a massive dump for the Ethereum price action? Well, let's break it down, shall we? Just 170,000 Ethereum of the total 18.1 million ETH staked on the Beacon chain will be unlocked within the first week of the Shanghai hard fork being executed on Ethereum, according to Glassnode. The figures comprises of 100,000 ETH worth 190 million worth of staking rewards and 70,000 ETH worth of staked Ether worth 133 million. The on-chain intelligence platform predicted in its April 11th report. Glassnode backed up its prediction by explaining that only 253 depositors were waiting to exit their stake and that a few mechanisms are in place to prevent a flood of Ether supply from hitting the market all at once, as outlined right here in this break, in this thread. Now, the 253 exiting depositors own a total of 1,229 validators, while another 214 slash validators will be forced out soon as the Shanghai is activated on Ethereum, with Glassnode confident that the hard fork will not have a dramatic impact on the Ethereum price action. Quoting Glassnode, even in the extreme case where the maximum amount of rewards and stake are withdrawn and sold, the sell side volume still falls within the range of the average weekly exchange inflow volume. Therefore, we conclude that even the most extreme case will have an acceptable impact of the price of Ethereum, and data shared by Glassnode found that only 22% of the 253 exiting depositors are currently in profit too. And Glassnode expects a large amount of Ether to be withdrawn from the crypto exchange Kraken after the legality of its staking services was challenged by the U.S. SEC. It is also anticipated that leading lending platform Celsius may withdraw a large amount to sell its staked ETH as a part of its bankruptcy proceedings, so we have to keep all this in mind. However, it is unlikely that Kraken and Celsius will make these withdrawals as soon as the Shanghai is activated, it said. The average deposit price across all staked ETH is 2,136, down 12.7% from the current Ethereum price action, which equates to a net unrealized loss of 4.7 billion, Glassnode said. And after the peak unrealized loss of 16 billion in July of last year, the net unrealized loss now amounts to 4.7 billion. It is mainly carried by the whale-sized depositors who hold a 76% share of the unrealized losses. And global financial firm Fidelity Investments is also of the view that Shanghai won't have too much of an impact on the Ethereum price action. Let me know if you agree or disagree with their analysis. The Shanghai upgrade is set to take place on April 12th, which is today, at 10:30 p.m., according to a blockchain infrastructure firm, Block Native. The unlocking of staked ETH will be enabled by Ethereum Improvement Proposal 4895. And of the 5 EIPs that will be activated by Shanghai, it is by far the most anticipated one, as it will move Ethereum one step closer to being fully functional as a proof of stake system. So there you have it. Do you think the Ethereum price action is likely to dump as a result, or do you think they will steady the price action? Let me know your honest thoughts in the comments below. And with that being shared, now let's discuss the ongoing boom occurring right now in El Salvador. And shout out to Nayib Bukele, the one and only. Check this out. This is major. Digital asset exchange Bitfinex Securities El Salvador received the digital asset provider license under the El Salvador New Digital Asset Issuance Law, which was passed by El Salvador's National Congress in January, with the goal of fostering increased financial innovation and growth into the Central American American country. According to the announcement, the license, which was granted by April 11th by El Salvador's National Digital Asset Commission, makes Bitfinex Securities El Salvador the world's first international digital asset platform to receive approval to be licensed as a digital asset service provider in El Salvador. Can you say volcano bonds? Let's go. Now, Paulo, the chief technology officer of Bitfinex, noted that the license will allow Bitfinex Securities to facilitate the issuance and secondary trading assets, which clearly define rights and obligations as outlined in the new digital asset regulatory regime. That's right. The announcement said that Bitfinex Securities El Salvador, a newly formed entity, would offer a regulatory compliant platform for companies worldwide to issue digital asset equities, bonds, and other financial instruments. This will present a unique opportunity for businesses and individuals to leverage the advantages of issuing, investing, and trading digital assets in the favorable regulatory environment of El Salvador. Bitfinex Securities El Salvador will function independently from Bitfinex Group's current platform, Bitfinex Securities AIFC, and managed by Bitfinex Securities Limited. Bitfinex continues to expand its global reach. In 2022, Bitfinex Security Token Platform went live in Kazakhstan. The security token platform by Bitfinex, announced in September of 2021, is now regulated under the Astana International Financial Center in Kazakhstan. And El Salvador, the first country to establish Bitcoin as a legal tender, continues to forge its way in becoming a tech-friendly hub. On April 11th, as reported, the country had decided to eliminate all taxes on technology innovations. Let's go. And Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele believes that winding down tax requirements will expedite technological development. That's right. A lot of these technology firms are going to be leaving the United States and heading on over to El Salvador. Mark my words. And quoting Stacey Herbert, the age of new Bitcoin capital markets has arrived and it will be built in El Salvador. Let's freaking go. And now let's break down our next way of the day and discuss Bitcoin being the fastest horse in the race, especially in comparisons to gold. According to this latest investment research report, Wall Street firm Bernstein Research is making the case for Bitcoin as a hedge against potential economic recession and the debasement of the US dollar, according to a CNBC report. That's right. The report cites Bernstein Research analysts who said that while gold is increasingly becoming attractive, Bitcoin is seeing a lower interest despite offering better returns. Quoting them here, despite Bitcoin being the best performing asset this year, up approximately now, up over 80%, there is limited belief that this is structurally a new Bitcoin cycle and the Bitcoin will see fresh allocations. In fact, according to the report, Bernstein analysts have likened the comparatively lower interest in Bitcoin to be enjoying via this gold to hating on the faster horse. Quoting them here, when there is a massive monetary debasement event, while both Bitcoin and gold rally, Bitcoin outperforms gold. Facts. For example, post-COVID monetary printing, Bitcoin outperformed gold 2.9x over approximately 3.5 years. In fact, even this year, since the banking crisis fears have escalated, Bitcoin rallied approximately 71% year to date versus gold rallying approximately 10% year to date. And again, now it's closer to 80%. In our view, liking gold but not liking Bitcoin is like hating on a faster horse. I love those words because it's so true. The report comes about a week since the CEO of the exchange-traded funds ETF giant Jan Vanek predicted that both gold and Bitcoin are set for multi-year bullish runs amid the banking crisis and the possibility of an economic recession. The Vanek CEO says Bitcoin investors view it as a hedge in their investment portfolios. Quoting him here, it's Bitcoin up like 70% on the year, best performing asset again, rewarding the people, that people own Bitcoin for this thesis of wanting a hedge in their portfolios. So there you have it. I'm extremely bullish, obviously, on Bitcoin, and I think it's likely to continue to outpace the precious metal. But let me know your honest thoughts in the comments right down below. And now let's discuss Bitcoin being an escape route. And also then we'll dive into some new Bitcoin all-time high predictions, which are anticipated to occur sooner than later, as per crypto analyst Credible Crypto. And then we'll dive into some live Q&A. Check this out. U.S. presidential candidate Robert Kennedy Jr. thinks Bitcoin and other cryptos can help the public escape a financial system he calls a bubble. Kennedy, who recently announced he is running in the 2024 presidential campaign as a Democrat, accused the Biden administration of launching hostile broadsides against cryptos. That's right, quoting him here. Between 2008 and 2022, the Fed partnered with a handful of big banks to print $10 trillion, 10 centuries of wealth in 15 years, a bonanza for the banksters. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin give the public an escape route from the splatter zone when this bubble invariably bursts. So the White House is colluding with the banksters to keep us all trapped in the bubble of profiteering and control. And more power to him, because he hit the nail on the head. He's preaching facts. The environmental lawyer also made the headlines recently for saying the development of a central bank digital currency, better known as CBDC, in the U.S. would grease the slippery slope to financial slavery and political tyranny, which we all know is true. Just say no to CBDCs and just say no to FedNow. The Federal Reserve plans to launch this new digital payment and settlement service, FedNow, in July, which is right around the corner, right? We're in April, May, June, July. That's like 3 months away. So according to the FedNow service aims to enable businesses and individuals to send and receive instant payments anytime. However, the Fed did not say that they plan to use CBDCs to process payments. The Biden administration is currently exploring the possibility of using CBDCs to issue digital dollars. And we're going to stop right there. It's very important we call this out. CBDCs are ultimately programmable digital dollars. This banking crisis we're witnessing is all engineered by design. This is not a coincidence. The Fed knows what they're doing as they continue to print trillions upon trillions of dollars, is devaluing the dollar. The dollar will eventually hyperinflate. I mean, we're witnessing right now this in real time. And I mean, when will the dollar eventually die? Well, if they keep printing, it could happen a lot sooner than a lot of people are anticipating, so they can roll out their FedNow payment system, followed by CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. All I know is this: Bitcoin is the antidote to the CBDCs. So if you don't want to be controlled with political tyranny and governmental and central bank tyranny, start investing into Bitcoin if you haven't yet already started, because it is the escape hatch, as Kennedy says. I do agree 100%. And I am supporting him because he is pro-Bitcoin, he's anti-CBDC, and he's also against mandatory vaccine mandates. So much respect to him, and I'll keep you posted with how it goes. But with that being shared, now let's discuss an all-time high prediction for the King Crypto before we dive into some live Q&A. Check this out. A closely followed analyst says the Bitcoin is about to make a run for all-time highs a lot sooner than anyone realizes. Send it. Let's freaking go, right? While most in the crypto space are expecting a lengthy period of consolidation before the next bull run, synonymous analyst Credible Crypto tells us 500,000 Twitter followers Bitcoin is set to break the six-figure mark before the end of the year. That's right, six-figure Bitcoin price in 2023. Let's freaking go. Can you wait? I can't wait. The analyst shows his 339,000 Twitter followers two scenarios on a chart, one which he says the majority of the market participants expect, and one which he says is more likely to happen. He says traders are likely putting too much emphasis on the Bitcoin halving, which is slated for April of next year, literally 1 year away, and has historically coincided with the Bitcoin market cycles. And according to him, the price of Bitcoin is set to front run the halving cycle this time around. That's right, quoting him here, it is almost universally agreed. In fact, let me actually read the actual entire tweet here on Crypto Twitter. It is almost universally agreed upon on Crypto Twitter that this rally will end in the 30 to 40 thousands and give everyone 6+ months to accumulate before we head for new all-time highs in 2024 and 2025. According to the halving cycle theory, the collapse from 30,000 was triggered by an unprecedented wave of black swan events that caused mass liquidations and panic selling. I seriously doubt that once we reclaim these levels, we are just going to hang around and let everyone who panic sold comfortably take their time and reload for the ride to $70,000 plus. That's just not how these things work. And he outlines this chart, and then you can see here, he's expecting the green arrow to take place and not the red arrow. And the green arrow takes us to six figures this year and actually pointing to roughly $130,000, which would be pretty amazing to say the least. And someone asked, that's not how these things work, except a red scenario is exactly what happened. The last W2 and 3, talking about the Elliot Wave theory waves, not a wave 5, but a wave 3, even reached the 854 Fibonacci. And Credible responded, context is key. That was a wave 1 followed by 2. This is the final fifth. Like a wave 1, no major breaks in the rally to a parabolic blow off top should be expected. If we get the red scenario, a completely different structure is in play, which I find incredibly unlikely. So there you have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the crypto analyst. And yeah, I mean, he also, is using Elliot Wave theory, which we cover commonly here on the show, which depicts the price movement in a series of waves based on crowd psychology. And under the theory, price impulses to the upside happen in 5 main waves. And according to the trader, Bitcoin is in the midst of its 5th and final wave. Quoting him again here, our 5th wave is well underway, and it's a beautiful sight to see. If you have been watching from the sidelines, don't worry. There is still plenty of opportunity coming, in my opinion. So there you have it, coming directly from Credible Crypto. And again, let me know if you agree or disagree in the comments right down below. And now let's dive into some live Q&A. Welcome to each and every one of you tuning in the live chat. Helen, it's been a minute. Good to see you again. Matthew J in the building. SpongeBob SquarePants, good to see you. Digital Dankness, Coinfather, good to see y'all as well. Paul P, welcome. Dankness, always a pleasure. Jeff, good to see you as well. JW the Laker. We have Satwise Jenks. We have Shank in back. We have Barry. We have Alan Haley. Good morning and welcome. Appreciate all the support. And I'm going to scroll to the top and start rattling out these comments out loud, giving everyone an opportunity to be heard. Dan Drummond says, so nice of Vitalik to give you back access to your own asset today. He didn't have to do that ever. You know who wouldn't lock up your coins? Satoshi? Well, you make a great point. Great comment, Dan. That's what's up. Settling into the new house, unpacking stuff. That's what's up. Sailing with twins. Welcome back. I hope you enjoy your week with your family. SpongeBob, good morning to you as well. I've been saying the timeline for all-time highs is not accurate. In today's technological world, the timeline is much faster, says SpongeBob. That's right. Things are accelerating. You can't argue about that. Sponge says if Vitalik holds your coins too long, you won't be able to access your coins due to too many hard forks. Right? Preach. Beautiful channel forming between 28.2 and 30,900, says Sant. I appreciate you sharing. Altcoins are not backwards compatible like Bitcoin, so don't fall asleep too long if you own alt, says SpongeBob. Word up. And Dan says alcohol, tobacco, and firearms should be the name of a mom and pop shop of the outskirts of town, not a government agency. Word up. I feel you. Anyone have this stock, BITF? Let us know if you do. Geoff is asking us. Bitcoin Maximus, good morning and welcome. Alan says, I only have BTFD. Buy that freaking dip. Love it. Let's go, Jay. Helen, how you been? Good to see you again. It's been a minute. Stocks are choppy today, sitting out the rest of the day, says Shankin back. Are you a stock trader? Curious, let me know. What's up? Bitcoin Max, hey. SpongeBob says Bitcoin has been around since 2008. It has outperformed every asset for the last 15 years. It is property, and your right to own property is protected. Why invest in anything else? That's the $1 million question. Great question. I am diverse in how I secure my BTC, says SpongeBob. That's what's up. Good to hear. Busy day. Word up. Smash. I appreciate all the smash likes. And if you're new to the show, be sure to hit the bell icon, turn on all notifications. It helps out tremendously. And that way you're notified every day I go live. Coinfather says, Matthew, I have been super busy with school and work. Enter an internship with the First National Group later this year as a financial advisor. Congratulations, Coinfather. That's what's up. Congratulations. What up, J-Dub? Thanks all, Alan. I love West Virginia. Lived there for many years, says Coinfather. Matthew says, I think Ethereum won't drop in fiat price by much, if at all. They aren't unlocking all ETH. They are just starting with just the rewards. Appreciate your insights there. Once you can ride anything that isn't wild, says Helen. Alan, also this move will be a 2 to 4 years, and then I will go wherever I want after that. Well, do your thing, Coinfather. We all support you. Dankness says, when I was 16, I went to Georgia to break horses till I wrecked my back. That sucks. Good morning, JV. Good morning, Jeff. Appreciate your support. Appreciate you tuning in. Helen says, oh my God, that's a task. Shank says, I cleaned stalls for 8 years. I have special feelings about horses, American saddle, and Arabians. Love horses as well. I'm just a huge lover of animals in general. You know what I mean? You can't see Nipsey chilling right there. He's our mascot of the show, but it is what it is. You got to be very tough and strong for that. These are all broken in. I am trying to get myself and my daughter into riding horses. I don't know the first thing about them, Alan. Sponge says, if there were a beauty contest between Bitcoin and gold, Bitcoin easily wins this contest. You're damn right. No question. The representative for the beauty contest for gold would be Peter Schiff. Yeah. The beauty contest representative for Bitcoin is the Miss El Salvador. You be the judge. Yeah, I mean, quarter horses are a good start for a starter house. Arabians are stubborn, says Dankness. Word up. Helen says it's the best thing ever, Alan. Once they're hooked, it teaches them a number of things, including responsibility. Bitcoin all the way, says Paul. That's what's up. And as you can see, the price action is back above $30,000. I think the high currently is around, what is it, 30,300 or 30,000 to 400. The high currently for this year. But it's a good sign that we're holding strong at 30,000. Absolutely. F hedges. I am 95% Bitcoin, says Statwise Jenks. Love to hear that. Commitment. Megadon says, I plan my family's life around the Bitcoin cycles. A planned move to Texas in 2025. Let's freaking go. My daughter was riding from 4 years old and absolutely loves it, says Helen. My daughter also rides horses and she loves it as well. Loves horses, loves animals, loves pets. That's a great place for young ladies, Helen. Much respect. SpongeBob says, I've never voted in my life because we all know your vote doesn't really count, but I might vote for the first time if Kennedy is a choice. Symbolic vote. I feel you on that. I know where you're coming from, Sponge. Majority of folks are completely unaware of CBDCs. That's right. That's why I got to give much respect to Kennedy Jr., DeSantis, and everyone calling out CBDCs for what they truly are. It's very, very important. I posted the links of the global country timelines for CBDCs. Good Lord. Craziness. I know the pilot has already active here and been activated in the United States. You know what I mean? SpongeBob SquarePants, your vote does count, but you don't just vote every 4 years. You got to vote for all three branches, not just the president's dankness. You got to research and vote for people that are on the right path. Helen says, we don't have snow where I am. Matthew says, got to vote with your money. Buying $1 in Bitcoin takes $9 out of the fractional reserve Ponzi. Touche. Electoral College picks our president, not the public. Good point. Jeff says, Maloha eCoin, aloha fam, appreciate you tuning in. While Bitcoin has experienced some significant ups and downs over the last decade, it has generally been one of the best performing investments in the recent years. No, the best performing asset in the last decade. Facts, the best performing asset in human history. Just in the past 10 years, it's up over 20,000%. What's another asset class up 20,000%? Nothing. You can't compare it to anything, folks. Love the jungles of Kilo, word up. Steve Hubbs, good morning. Each Shanghai upgrade later tonight. Yeah, around 10:30. Should pump the entire market. I hope you're right. I'd love to see a pump for the sake of everyone in crypto. I love pumps, so pump it up. Best earners on Exodus are Atom, up 21%, and ONT, up 16%. I'm also bullish on Atom. I think it's a great project. You know what I mean? Top show always. Appreciate that, Helen. Much, 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 much love. Griggs, good morning and welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Megadon says, lining everything up for a move to Texas to be ready for the Bitcoin halving seasons, a business, property, and LLCs. Off course after Puerto Rico, $100,000 party. I got to remind y'all, we're celebrating right here in Puerto Rico as soon as the Bitcoin price action surpasses 100,000. In fact, we'll start planning towards it once we break out and hit a new all-time high, surpassing the current all-time high we hit back in November of 2021 of $69,000. Sound good? Let me know. And how many of you guys and gals are going to be attending? Holla. You know what I mean? Hey, Bitcoin Trini, is good to see you again. You know what I mean? Good to see y'all. Bitcoin is the king. Preach. Central bank digital currencies. It's all in the name. Exactly. Now, that's interest per year for those two cryptos. Word up. What you think of AVAX, Avalanche? Nothing against it. It looks like a very solid project. I'm not a hodler of it, so I got to be upfront. But overall, I see nothing about except good things about it. I don't have anything negative to share, so that's a good sign. Don't get wrecked, newbies, says HH4. That's right. If you're brand new to crypto, I invest starting with Bitcoin. If you're going to exclude Bitcoin because you think it's too late, you're missing the boat. Like, bigger picture, you're missing the boat. Get yourself a position and keep in mind it's an excellent time to buy. We're still more than 50% less than the all-time high. You know what I mean? So it's a bargain, especially if you're going to be hodling for the long haul and if you're not just looking to get rich quick. If you're looking to get rich quick, there's a roulette wheel, you know what I mean, at the casino. You go there. Bitcoin to 30,000. Yeah, we already above 30,000. Gotta love it. Get your LLC in Wyoming. You don't have to reside in Wyoming, says SpongeBob. Harris says, why is Bitcoin dumping? Well, we did get some U.S. inflation falling to 5%, which is a little lower than expectations. Maybe this has something to do with the very minuscule correction, because bigger picture, the high of the year is 30,300. We still at above 30,000. So is this really a correction? Not really. Going to Miami for the Bitcoin conference, then Puerto Rico for the 100,000 party. That's what's up, Megadon. I'm looking forward to seeing you, and I hope you have a blast in Miami. You know what I mean? So why is Bitcoin dumping? I'm confused. after all the good news. Well, once again, I mean, when you see a correction of 0.6%, is that really dumping? I think not. But nonetheless, fam, now for a recap of what I covered with you here in today's show, we broke down the latest Bitcoin technical analysis as Bitcoin price rivals the 10-month high, as CPI data beats expectations. I also shared that less than 1% of the staked Ethereum estimated to sell after the Shanghai upgrade, which takes place officially tonight around 10 p.m. And I shared you the latest reports from Glassnode Analytics. We also discussed breaking news of Bitfinex Securities El Salvador receiving a digital asset service provider license in El Salvador, which means Bitcoin bonds are coming soon. We also discussed the faster horse Bitcoin will keep outperforming gold, says Bernstein Investment Research Report. I also shared with you that aspiring U.S. President Robert Kennedy Jr. says Bitcoin offers the escape route to the country's growing debt bubble, and he also warns us about CBDCs, central bank digital currencies. We also shared that Bitcoin is about to run to all-time highs quicker than everyone expects, says popular analyst Credible Crypto, and I shared his timeline, which is a six-figure Bitcoin price this year in 2023. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments below.